Welcome back to the show, everybody. Check out these headlines. The Inspector General at the SEC is out. Coinbase is ditching Tether. Oh my goodness. We got Danelle Dixon from Stellar. We got a $21 XLM price prediction you're going to want to know about. Ripple partner news. BRICS coalition, ladies and gentlemen. We've talked a lot about this, but I have a question. Did we just see the funeral procession for the petrodollar? I will explain once we get inside. And there's two very important XRP charts you need to see, ladies and gentlemen, whether it's 40 to 72% losses or 10,000% losses. I trust you're going to want to see this chart. Somebody roll that beautiful intro.
Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. You can follow us on TikTok, YouTube, or Twitter for exclusive content right there. It's $893 billion market cap for crypto. We're up 1.7%. Bitcoin right now, 17,100 plus. Ethereum, 1,200 plus. And Tether market cap right now is 65.7 billion, ladies and gentlemen. We are watching it closely, and news today really proves that we're right to do so. XRP is 39 cents, up 0.7% in the last 24 hours. Ladies and gentlemen, Digital Perspectives Mastermind Group is becoming a remarkable community. And I can say that because there's so many extremely bright people. You get full access private Telegram group, over 700 people in it, weekly live stream. It's just for us. And we dive down into material you need to know to get you the knowledge to make you better in a time like this. Private groups and lessons, exclusive VIP ticket to our live event, and a special one-year membership that will not last long. It is extremely affordable and a great investment and a great time to make it in yourself, ladies and gentlemen. I tell you this, and there are so many things here, courses, level up, real estate, you name it, we're getting into it. Macro, big picture concepts, really getting people the knowledge and the tools they need so they can create the kind of wealth and portfolio for them and their families. Don't mess around, click the link. I am going to shut the door at some point. You may not think so, but I'm going to. Just you watch. Make sure you check out the link underneath. BlackRock says that to get ready for a recession never seen before. Well, I think they actually called that a depression if it's that bad, isn't it? I tell you, that's why we're in that group, and we're talking about things like that, global economy and things that could affect us, as well as crypto. And the things that we've been harping on this channel, we are really going down into in that group. Breaking right now, SEC Acting Inspector General Nicholas Padilla has been replaced by Helen M. Albert. Padilla's exit comes just 2 months after his criticizing report of the agency's performance under Gary Gensler's leadership. Shout out to Eleanor Tarrant for that news. And careful where you step, Helen Albert. Dr. Martin Heisboik, research and development guy for Uphold, his thoughts are his own, I'm sure, says it's a declaration of war from Coinbase, talking about switching to a trusted stablecoin, the USDC, now convert Tether to USDC with zero fees, they say. Well, when you go into this, I have to tell you, it's very real. And I remind everyone who may not have been in this space long enough to know. But I say it this way. Brian Brooks and Jeremy Allaire. Brian Brooks used to be the chief legal officer of Coinbase. And I remember him and Jeremy Allaire talking in an interview. And he believed that USDC was one of the most important projects he's worked on in his career. And he has a pretty remarkable career. So that's one hell of a statement. Gabor Gabrox, who I've got a mountain of respect for too, says Tether was the first stable coin in the world and has been trusted by millions around the world since its inception. In fact, if you ask people outside a narrow group in the US, they'd pick Tether over USDC. I understand his point, but I do offer this, and not to be combative, but I think the trusted opinion we really need here is from the US government and the Federal Reserve. It is their product that is being sold in digital form, after all. Once we have that answer, then we'll know. For me, the crypto bottom is not in until then. And I tell you, we're watching it very closely, ladies and gentlemen. And this article basically says for zero fees, you can switch over for the trusted stablecoin It's already putting a shadow of doubt in. Now, I know USDC is Coinbase's coin. That's what they're doing. It's kind of their thing. But it is awful timely, ladies and gentlemen. Awful timely. We are watching this extremely closely. There's so much going on here. You're going to love the information coming up. This here from Danelle Dixon says there's basically some game-changing product for storing moving money in the Web3 space, says Sir John LSP. But Danelle Dixon made these remarks. She said, I can't help myself from mentioning that there is also another big initiative just on the horizon that also brings some of these components together, but I can't share the details just yet. Hang tight. I promise you won't have to wait long. Danelle Dixon, CEO of SDF. Now, I tell you, I'm pretty excited to see what that's going to be, because I just want to remind you again, coming off of the USDTether zero fee conversion at Coinbase to USDC, USDC is on the Stellar network. Are we watching them roll out the retail digital dollar for the United States and the rest of the world? We'll see. But if so, and it doesn't mean it has to be this alone, there could be other news we're not aware of. Eggrag Crypto shares a XLM Stellar chart here and says it's clear that the XLM has entered the demand zone post-April 2022, but what most cannot see is the XLM chart is coiling up with a W formation targeting fib 1.618. It says here, the subject to XLM not losing 20 or 0.025, it says here is better to bounce off the 0.236. So getting into this here, you can see what it's showing us in this particular formation. Should it play out, you could see this go up to the 618, which would put us, about $8.27. That would be remarkable in its own right. But then there's this right here from back in April that he showed us, where it was really like a $21 if the chart were to play out off of this bounce. So we don't know. Again, these are indicators, but it's good that we see it. We don't often hear a lot out of the movement of XLM. So this is pretty exciting to want to pay attention to at the very least, right? Ripple partner Bitso launches crypto-powered WhatsApp remittances between U.S. and Mexico. I've read the article, so you don't need to. But it revolves Pago, right, and Bitso here. If you look at this, and just very quickly, it says here, launched in 2022, Felix Pago uses chart remittance technology on WhatsApp to enable users to send funds internationally just as easily as sending money messages to family and friends. Through Felix Pago's WhatsApp integration, it takes only 45 seconds to complete transactions. This is all involving Bitso on the back end to get that done through the WhatsApp, is basically what's happening. But it's a corridor between the peso and the US dollar. This is a bigger concern here, ladies and gentlemen. Now, we've been talking again, understanding big macro concepts, the BRICS coalition, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. Well, it's getting a lot bigger. Dan Pescu here says, stupidest huge mistake U.S. has done is to push Russia in China's side since 2007, and recently to push India in Russia's side. Is also pushing now again the EU slowly but surely with Russia sanctions, Treasury's war, U.S. guaranteed failure of G7 sanctions on Russia by doing it. Well, take a look at this. I want you to take a look at this. You looking at this? This is President Xi arriving in Saudi Arabia, ladies and gentlemen. Saudi Arabia has a $15 million or $15 billion, I think it's $15 billion, if my memory serves me correctly, memorandum of understanding with BRICS. The problem is that Saudi Arabia is also where we got our petrodollar in the deal with Henry Kissinger. Adds a lot of strength and confidence in the US dollar for buying and converting sales of oil in dollars. This is President Xi visiting Saudi Arabia, and what are they working on? And the question is will this little video clip here go down in history as the funeral procession for the petrodollar? And if so, how might XRP's role as a bridge currency to the world may come in handy sooner than any of us actually think? We're going to keep watching it. President Xi met with King Salman right here, and it says China sees Saudi Arabia as an important force in the multipolar world, which the IMF goes on about that we're moving to, and attaches great importance to the developing comprehensive strategic partnership with Saudi Arabia. Oh my, oh my. Things are moving quickly, ladies and gentlemen. We got to watch what's going on here. I could see the fractionalized, siloed payment zones being created, like BRICS Coalition, FedNow, EU, UK, Japan, right? You could see all these fractionalized payment zones being created, organizing the liquidity inside of those to make large value payments and settlement of products and derivatives and cash deals and everything else using XRP as a bridge currency. That is the ultimate goal, right? I mean, that really is the ultimate goal. Whether it happens or not, we don't know. I'm here to make sure I report on it when it does or doesn't. But I do have a strong feeling something is coming, and it will be a paradigm shift for the ages. This right here from EggRag Crypto is an XRP charts, and we need to watch two of these. Usually signifying the beginning of a trend, it is usually considered as a buying opportunity, talking about the cross of the 20 and the 200 MA. However, as a lagging indicator, it is also difficult to confirm with high degree of accuracy if the signal is true or if it's a true false, kind of a false positive, right? So we will keep an eye on that too. Now, one thing you need to see here is he makes a great point here, and I love how clean this chart is. Plausible worst case scenarios, and then the bright side scenario. The question is, worst case scenario, we could see a 40 to 72% drop on XRP price. I'm going to show you the chart in a second. But bright side scenario, we could see a possible potential gain of 10,000%. And XRP has had that kind of move before in its history. Not saying that history will repeat. I just want to remind people that are not aware of that. So what could we see with the 40 to 72% off? We could see it go all the way down to 11 cents here. And if it does, I'm buying the rest of it. You guys can come to me. We'll start talking. Right? But if we get the upside in some kind of a breakout, hey, maybe it's the case, maybe it's adoption, maybe it's cumulative, all these things. I certainly think we're on the edge of witnessing the United States government adopting a value protocol or protocols to be highly regulated and held to a heightened prudential, to be trusted to move value and money across those networks. And that's how I see it. And if we do have that, I do believe there is a possibility to witness that explosive breakout like we have seen in history of XRP before. But we'll have to wait and see what happens. That's where we are on this day. Before I get out of here, I want to remind you, Coin Tracker, ladies and gentlemen, this is a new sponsor right here, and I use it to complement my service with Clinton Donnelly. I use it to track my crypto portfolio. I get a daily email that tells me what happened to my portfolio, what the number is, what my tax harvest possibility is. It is remarkable, and it takes an enormous amount of stress out of my life and my accountant's life too, by the way. So make sure you check the link out for that. I'll put that underneath the video. That's going to do it for me. Hit the like and subscribe. Leave a comment below. Not financial advice from me or anyone else, just my digital perspectives. I'll catch all of you on the next one.